we are back. I think we're live. Do the same thing as yesterday, where I'm gonna make sure that the stream comes up appropriately. Let's get you pulled up. But we are just gonna be back at playing Date Everything. I normally don't stream this often, but I really, really like this game, and I feel like it's so fun to stream that I didn't want to play it off stream and get like too far or see anything too crazy since it is our first playthrough. So let's go ahead and pull up chat. So I've got it over here. Perfection, perfection, wonderful, beautiful, all of that stuff. All right. Okay. Hey everyone. I hope you're doing well. We're going to be jumping back into Date Everything. Yesterday was the first time that I played the game, and I hadn't played like the demo or anything, so we just kind of jumped in. A lot of learning the controls, getting the storyline down. But for those who don't know, this is a dating simulator called Date Everything, and it is so far really, really cool as far as like the plot goes. And the design and everything. So you have these glasses that you can put on, and they allow you to interact with all the inanimate objects in your home, and they are all like dateable characters. But each one of the characters has like a really lively story so far, and they've hired different voice actors for each character. So it is like very lively and fun, and like, I don't know, feels more put together than a lot of dating sims where I would be like sitting here reading the text to everyone. You're actually hearing like some really amazing talent and seeing really, really, really beautiful artwork. They are all designed after whatever object they are. You know, like the character we met first was Dorian. He's a door. It's all the doors in your house. He has like this cool doorknob bracelet and just is like this bouncer type character. We put a lot of thought into it. I think it's really cool. So yeah, we're gonna jump right in. Let's switch the game over. Perfect. It actually worked that time. Alright, so we're just going to continue on from yesterday. The idea is that you are able to interact with, I think, like 5 objects a day. So you're kind of picking and choosing which storylines you're going to follow. Right now, the only one that we are like actually going to follow and talk to every day is Johnny the shower, because we started a storyline with him that I'd like to finish. But I think we're gonna mostly follow the line that the game is taking us in. There are some objects that it's kind of telling us we should talk to. So we'll probably mostly do that. So if you didn't meet him yesterday, Johnny is the shower.
Johnny is smiling even
is.
before he sees you. When your eyes meet, his smile only grows broader. You've never seen him this excited.
Well, hey there, gorgeous.
He's very Elvis, obviously.
I'm so glad you're back. I've got some incredible news.
Aw, none of those are nice. I'm encouraging
Something
him.
even better.
He wants to be a performer.
So, after you left the other day, I went ahead and submitted an audition tape to the American Maestro casting
As you
directors.
should.
I know we were supposed to do that together and whatnot, but I was just too darn excited to wait. And you ain't never gonna guess what happened.
Nothing happened considering it's been less than a day. I love that.
Even better. They absolutely loved it. In fact, they loved it so dang much that they want me to be on the show. Ain't that as fine as cream gravy?
Has cream gravy.
I know.
He
Your
liked
support
that.
is my secret. They said I would be, and I quote, absolutely perfect for the show. And Fontana, she's one of the executive producers or something like that, said I'm exactly what they've been looking for. Can you believe that? Exactly what they've been looking for.
I still don't understand if he's able to leave this
I
back
feel
room.
like a catfish in a fresh mud hole. Ain't it though? And you know what's crazy? Before you came along, I'd almost given up all hope. I'd resigned myself to a life of watching rust corrode my nozzle and hair clog my dream. Real depressing, dismal stuff. After all these years of hoping and praying, my dream is finally gonna come true. Ah, Johnny Splash! I'm gonna be on American Maestro. But first, I need your help.
Of course you do.
Perfect! Now, this first performance is obviously a big old deal.
Big old deal.
It's the cattle call episode. So I still need to impress the judges enough to ensure
Right.
I don't get eliminated right off the bat.
Of course.
So, I want to make sure everything about my performance is as clean as a hound's tooth. I was thinking maybe I could sing a few bars for you. You could give me some pointers on how to improve.
What am I, a professional singer? Yeah, personally I would have hired a professional vocal coach, but okay.
Amazing!
But that's not what he wants
You're
to
the
hear.
best.
We're gonna say, let's do it.
So, I was thinking of leading with this tune. It was an old favorite of my mama's and an old favorite of mine. And I hope you'll like it too. It goes a little something like this. So souls are swirling as I scrub away the dirt.
He's a
Steam
terrible singer.
rising high as I like to flirt. Huh, huh. Droplets dancing on my skin so smooth. In the shower of loving, I can't help but groove. Hoo, hoo. I'm a shower in my feeling good so grand. Saying it, oh baby, you're gone. Well,
We're not gonna listen to all that.
what do you think?
So I don't have the poise needed to say anything else. We're just gonna say oof.
Wait, you didn't like it?
The constant flat notes were a bold choice.
You know what I think. I think you're just jealous.
I'm sorry. This hurt your feelings.
I can't believe I didn't see it before. Now that the world also acknowledges my talents, you're just afraid you're not gonna be special to me anymore. And I can understand being
Oh,
insecure,
he's mad.
but I can't forgive you trying to clip my wings just when I'm starting to fly. I thought you were different. But now I can see you're no better than Duke, my old hound dog, who also said my notes were flat. But Duke lacks the cognitive ability to appreciate my talent.
This poor
And apparently
guy.
so do you.
It's not my fault you're delusional.
Enough! I don't have time to keep rehashing this with you. I'm on in less than they let me perform via video conference. Because I'm a shower and I couldn't come into the studio, obviously. Also, I couldn't find a suitable pet hotel for Duke's very specific dietary restrictions. There were a lot of issues. Look, I'm sorry things had to end this way. I really did
So are we
like
gonna
you.
hate him now?
And you changed me in ways I never thought possible. And I'll forever be grateful for the contributions you've made to my personal growth. But
This is ridiculous.
you do that. All right, I am being way too dramatic,
Yeah.
like a possum playing dead. I didn't mean all that, and I'm sorry for overreacting.
He's
This just
toxic.
means so much to me, and the pressure to succeed is so dang overwhelming. Maybe we both just need some time apart to calm down and think things through. How about this? I gotta go get ready now, but in a few days my episode is gonna end. Why don't you come back over then? We can share some bourbon, and we'll watch the episode. Just you and me, and maybe Duke. I promise you won't want to miss it.
Yay!
Oh, that's sweet. Can't wait to see you again, gorgeous.
You just yelled at me. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. Okay. Let's open up our phone. And we have some other rumors. So platter up. Strong yet sensitive, find the fragile friend all over the kitchen. Winifred mentioned that Daisuke needs a bit of a push from her. Read between the lines, tired of visual novels, try reading the real thing. Says that their lyric literature, a potential dateable or criminal mastermind, is contained in any book found across the house. Dorian mentioned you need to find someone named Reggie. Wetter is better. Turn on a spigot and go with the flow. I don't know if we like go outside. Embrace the night. Permanent shadows. And Washford, which is probably a laundry machine. So we ended last time with me attempting to talk to the dishes, which I think is the fragile thing we're talking about. But like he didn't want to talk to me.
Daisuke where you left
There he
him
is.
last time, staring intently at... Unlike the last time, however, he has a list in one hand.
Okay. Also, stream Dr. Pepper.
Not hard enough. There's much to do, and my injuries have slowed me down.
Oh no, he's
In
injured.
addition to inventory and keeping track of all the dishes, I'm also in charge of deliveries throughout the home. Unfortunately, I am unable to do much in my current condition. I prefer
is
to work
wrong?
alone, but an assistant would be invaluable in this moment.
Everybody wants my help.
You wish to right this wrong? Good.
How did I hurt him?
I have preparations I must first finish. But return to me again, and I will give you instructions on delivery.
I don't like this guy.
In the meantime, perhaps you can help me wash these dishes. Dishy? I trust no one but myself with such precious items. Unfortunately, I must trust you with them for now. Do not disappoint me.
Sure thing, my guy.
Please begin then.
I don't think I like you all that much.
You pick up the dishes and begin to wash. As you work, you feel Daisuke's eyes boring holes into you. It makes you feel...
Yeah, annoyed, man.
Why are you frowning? Is there a problem with the dishes? How else will I ensure you are doing it properly? Impossible. I hardly know you. But if it angers you to have my eye so closely upon you, I will take a step back.
You manage to
It's not
finish
gonna
washing the
change your
dishes
eyes.
without further incident.
Well done. This may not be the disaster I assumed. When next we meet, you will assist me with deliveries. Be prepared. Complete these deliveries, and all will be well once more. Leave me now. I must review orders. Farewell.
Leave me now. Alright. Who else do we want to try and talk to now that we got him figured out? So, oh, literature. There's lyric literature. And then Dishy. Okay. Let's find a book.
Oh.
The distinct scent of books, that slight hint of vanilla and mystery, fills your nose. And while it's not at all unwelcome, it is strange to smell it when you're not actually paging through any of your... It only takes you a few moments to track down the source of the smell. What appears to be the spirit of literature hovers a few feet away from you, nose in a book.
The hair is
When he
cool.
sees you, he nearly drops the book he's holding, rewarding you with a glare.
Ah! Oh, for
Okay.
God's sake, you cannot sneak up on me like that when I'm reading. You have no way of knowing what world I've been in. I might mistake you for a zombie or an ill-mannered country gentleman, and, well, I might have to act accordingly, you see.
He's cute. I like him. And that would be bad. I'm not a gentleman. How dare you? Okay, but what if I was a zombie?
If you were a zombie, I expect we'd be having a very different conversation. It would probably go something like this.
The voice acting's so good.
No, a bit prudish, but educated. I like it. My name is Lyric.
Alright, let's see his design, y'all. Oh, he's cute. I love all the little tattoos. I just wish I understood the reference more. Like, it's just a bookworm, maybe? I don't know. I like it, though. I think he's cool. I think the hair is cool. I don't know that I love the little like mermaid style of the bottom though. I don't know. I like him. Lyric.
I chose the name myself, you know. I was originally written as Lionel. Can you imagine?
Lionel. I like Lionel. What's wrong with the name Lionel?
I am the embodiment of all literature, an indisputable master of the written word.
Okay.
I have read positively everything. I am voracious with books, poetry, magazine articles, any genre, any length, any style. I love it. I know you're curious about all that, so I figured I'd offer it right up front.
Of course I was. That's the one
What
he's
am I
reading.
not reading right now is a shorter answer. This one right here is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sink, a riveting account of voyaging in a submersible to rescue a clean sponge from a dirty band of moldy criminals. This one, Angles in America, is a non-fiction history on the American phobia of rounded spaces. A bit dry, but it does make you see space and architecture in a new light. This one I picked up on a whim, and I won't put down until they pry it out of my cold papier-mâché fingers. Pounded in the butt by the abstract concept of self-improvement while my gym equipment watches.
That's... Yep, that's quite the name of a book. That's what that
This
is.
Chuck Pringle fellow. He really has a line on the object erotica market.
Good for him. Chuck Pringle. Quite a varied collection.
Ah, that's like asking if a potter has a favorite ball of clay. I couldn't possibly choose among my balls. They all contribute to this
Okay.
chaotic and adorable additive sculpture that is me.
You sound like a juvenile tornado. I'm not saying that.
Right. Do I have a favorite genre to write? Well, we have arrived at my tragic flaw much more quickly than I would have liked. Usually I get at
Okay.
least a few minutes of stimulating conversation out of a stranger before I'm forced to share my great shortcoming. I am a
Oh,
reader, but not a writer. Sadly, I've never even written a paragraph, not a single line of text, not a word, not a punctuation mark.
You don't have to be a writer. Oh no, we gotta do something about
do?
that.
Do you mean that you would help me write? Write with me? We could co-author
Sure,
the
man.
first book of lyric?
The first book of lyric is a pretty cool title, honestly.
Well, I never. This is most excellent. I
Guess
wager
we're
you're
writing
about
a
to
book.
become the first. All very exciting.
It is one of my dreams. I do want to
I
write
have
a
some
book.
materials together. Pens,
I'm
paper.
actually
We'll
trying
probably need
to write a
quite
book.
bit of extra paper to crumple dramatically on the floor when writer's block sets in. Oh, how fun! I'm about to experience writer's block! All right, I'll get to gathering. I'll need some time, but when you return, ready shall I be.
Ready shall I be? Alright, and now we'll go find Dishy. I'm really staying in the kitchen here. Not a lot going on.
What appears to be a dishwasher with
Whoa.
arms, legs, and a
What is that?
disconcertingly cheerful face waves happily at you. You tap the Dateviators a few times, wondering if they've malfunctioned. But the mascot-like dishwasher before you doesn't waver or change.
Hello, and welcome to the Valdivian dishwashing experience.
Divian
We
dishwashing
offer an
experience.
alarmingly clean output of all kinds of dishware, clothing, and such. My name is Dishy. I'm your dishwasher now.
Are you? I don't think I want to date a dishwasher who's an actual dishwasher.
To get started, please connect me to your internet so I can get started knowing exactly what I need.
No way, you're staying off. Okay, sure, here you go. Yeah, let's get him
Thank
connected.
you. That feels much better. Wait just a moment as I get your dishwashing experience ready.
Dishy falls silent, perhaps processing.
Beep boop 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 boop. One new update found. Downloading update. Beep boop 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 boop.
I love the sound.
1% downloaded. Beep boop bop.
Alright, yeah, we're just gonna kind of let you do your thing. Alright, we have one more usage tonight. What do we want to use it on, guys? Let's... Oh, right, I have to be wearing the glasses to be able to see it. Am I supposed to be like logging into my job?
Valdivianites! It's me, your CEO, David Reginald Most. I'm writing to you from the awe-inspiring beige pavilion at the historic Cottonwood Hotel just moments after stepping off the stage at the Valdefest keynote. Let me tell you, the room felt positively electric. And not just because of the incredibly dangerous grounding issues we discovered in the speaker system. No, tonight, our consumers, employees, and shareholders were absolutely buzzing at the launch of Valdivian's newest initiative. Bigger than a self-driving stroller. More revolutionary than Peninsula.com. Tonight, we unveiled to the world our strategic partnership with the U.S. government's Department of Overseas Violence. While the specifics of this groundbreaking collaboration remain on a need-to-know basis, I'm looking at you, Erwin, in product development. We're confident this partnership between the world's most exciting corporation and the most deadly military on Earth will absolutely thrill, inspire, and delight Valdivian superfans the world over. For everyone who helped produce or even just attended this year's keynote, please find me at the after-party so I can thank you personally. I'll be parked all night next to the Virgin Mojito Bar between the fax machine and the crawfish buffet. Semper Fi!
What is that even about? I don't know if we're supposed to be doing our job.
Impressive
Tinfoil's
news out
talking
of
to us.
Valfest. Really too bad that particular partnership is about to hit a rough patch. But then David's never been great at partnerships.
Okay.
I see you've had the opportunity to test out the prototype.
I have. Are you able to see me? Because that's uncomfortable.
I have remote access. Allows me to analyze the back-end system data. What'd you think? That I just hand over absolute control of a device this powerful?
Yeah.
I'm
Calm down.
enormously grateful to you for concealing the prototype. And I'm sorry I dropped all this on you so unexpectedly. I know protecting it is not a responsibility you asked for. Maybe not even a responsibility you want. But I had no other choice. Every other Valdivian employee's allegiance was unknowable, except you. Because
Why?
you're paid the least out of everyone.
Oh.
I can't get into that right now. Anyway, it's not safe to talk. I will return when the signal is secure.
How is it not safe now, but it was 2 seconds ago? Make it make sense. Okay. She wants me to find a spigot. But the last time I tried to talk to the sink in the bathroom, that was like a weird dude with a sink face, and he was like freaking out. And I didn't like him at all. I guess we can see like the bathroom sink. I was trying to find the like laundry room. So we talked to the water heater last time. She's the one that wants us to find the washing machine, I think. We don't have like a layout of the house or anything. Shut the cut. There it is. Okay, so there's a sink with a spigot in here, but I think we're gonna spend the time talking to the washing machine. There's a vacuum that is likely dateable, if I had to guess, yeah. But we will stick. I don't know which one's the washer, which one's the dryer.
A handsome acrobat greets you with a small yet theatrical little bow, placing a
It's
hand on his
giving
chest
Thor.
and tipping his head forward. He has the aura of a veteran showman, but he doesn't look particularly pleased to have you as his audience.
Greetings, weary traveler.
Washford. I thought it was washy for some reason. It was dishy. Sorry.
You seem taken aback. Quite natural.
It was not my intention to frighten you, though I grant I'm known to be a disquieting presence when I'm in a mood. Yes. Yes, a long and solitary bad mood. For this, for everything, we are out of tune. You aren't serious. You jest. You want to hear my story?
Not really, but I'm gonna say yes.
I am a servant to the drama of the heart.
Continue,
Good,
sir.
bad, what's the difference? I am awash in the scurryings of lives. Countless lives. Countless stories. I am filled with water, the fundamental state of all things. Water, the tears you cry when you are born, when you are made, when you are broken. It is the sweat that drips from brows and shaking knuckles in alleyways, in schoolyards.
This
It
guy's
flows
really
over its own
intense.
frozen self down dry and grateful throats. It drops from noses in blazing sunshine onto lemon-printed bathing suits. It is the wellspring
Bathing
of
suits
ancient secrets
specifically?
held in rough clay bowls.
Okay.
I am surrounded by it. You cannot know the agony that exact decision has caused me. I cannot talk about it. You'll have to ask Drysdale about it. The pale betrayal. You have no idea.
I don't. That's
But
why I
not
asked
only
you.
that, not only do I hold the limitless, the unfathomably simple, I hold the dirt of life. The blood stuck in denim from skinned knees comes to me. The stains of earth from a weekend spent burrowing into trees and the slimy, crawly things. The makeup smeared onto shirt collars and cuffs, streaked mascara, and embers of a lipstick that blazed once. All of this comes to me to be absolved. It may be just... It cannot. Nothing does.
This guy
I
is
must keep it all.
crazy intense.
It is a vast treasure house of memories, of senses. But how can I, just me, survive that? How could anyone bear the weight of that much life?
Tell me.
It is the words. It is language. To be able to communicate. To share the burden. It is poetry that keeps me afloat in my own sea. You mean it? Then this at last is the dawn? Such bewilderment comes with the sight of the room. I cannot tell.
You are
I
killing
have
me.
lost my only friend.
He gazes off into the distance, something clearly weighing on him. His eyes narrow for a few moments, and then he sighs.
Is the narrator giving you guys Lemony Snicket? Because it's giving me Lemony Snicket.
Oh.
Like the original one, not the one with Jim Carrey. Did you mean something just then?
Yes, my God, haven't I done enough?
No.
Drysdale. He was a phantom of delight when first he gleamed upon my sight. But we are quite forsaken.
Why?
We were a duo. An acrobatic team rivaled by none on Earth. We were swift, smooth, and strong. I wish you could have seen him fly. To the
What
vault
happened?
of paved heaven. Our performances were legend. They came from many rooms away to watch us, to applaud us. And joy filled me as wine in a glass overflowed.
Sounds like you guys had a really amazing connection.
Past tense. But the physical connection between him and me, it is like nothing I have ever known before or since.
That's quite a rasp.
He does not need poetry like I do. When he talks, it is a breeze to my tempest. And to him my tempest seems but a suggestion, a rumor of rain in another man's country.
But you had your art, or it seems like you weren't a good match.
Until we didn't. Until he was too busy to perform. Too occupied with other things to tumble with me. The bond was broken.
Because he's a dryer.
The bright cord severed. He abandoned me. And when he was finally ready again, I was unreachable. Locked in my own Sheol. Trying to claw my way back to a friend who could not hear me. The wall between us has been impenetrable ever since.
I'm starting to see why you two haven't talked in such a long time.
Yes, it's
Eventually,
been
I
years.
do want to play this where I'm just
As
like
I said,
mean to
Traveler,
everyone.
A long and solitary bad mood. All moving things come to an end. A knotted willow. I miss him every day. Though you have been a rather dismissive and flippant creature, I find I am still charmed.
I have
I
not
didn't
been.
know I could still feel that way.
I'm gonna fight you. Doesn't sound like you guys are good for each other right now. They'll work out.
You're asking
Your
me to
washer and
have
dryer.
faith. I would be hard-pressed to acquiesce if not for, well, I've tried everything else. Thank you, sincerely, for listening. It has been so long since anyone has stopped, has heard me.
Yeah, you really needed that talk, I think. Now, hopefully you feel better now. We're gonna go to sleep so that we can talk to more of the objects in our home. So I am absolutely exhausted. I also need to go to sleep. You have an unread workspace message. Okay. I didn't realize that we did.
I'll do it to you on tights! Yo, yo!
Whoa,
It's
what's
your
going on?
boy, David Most! Coming to you live from the best virgin mojito bar ever. Like, this stuff for real is legit so good. I've had like 12, and I feel amazing. Can't believe there's not any alcohol in it.
thinking there's alcohol in it.
19! Hey, did you guys see how dope that presentation was? We rocked that! Like, people keep saying we're at dire financial straps and need urgent restructuring. Even my dad was like, you're gonna get smoked by your top competitor, Bitewave. Dead ass. And I'm like, okay, Dad, if you like Bitewave so much, why don't you marry them? But does Bitewave have a contract with the U.S. government? No. I just want to say I love you guys, but not Franklin. Don't love or miss Franklin at all. You hear me, Franklin?
Or
Night-night,
Franklin.
nerds.
Alright. I feel like that's just gonna continue to be a thing. Right. We have awoken. We don't have anything in workspace right now. So what do we got? We could go talk to Daisuke again. We could start thinking on Reggie. To earn this Calamity's amnesty, getting rejected might be expected. What would be rejection? And it probably starts with an R just based on how a lot of the names have gone. Like Johnny doesn't, but his last name does. He's Johnny Splash for shower. But most of them have started with the letter of the object. So what would have an R and have to do with rejection? Let's think on that. Wetter is better. We're looking for a spigot. And embrace the night. We are looking for a permanent chateau, I think, on this one. Darkness is everywhere in your lonely house, but how can you speak with it? Check out any permanent shadows. I don't know what a permanent shadow would be. Like, all the lights are on right now, right? So, like, what gets a shadow, I guess? I think we are gonna attempt to talk to the sink. See if this is the spigot.
You're back!
Oh no, it's Sinclair again.
It all happened one rainy night on the north side of Turkleman City. The tough side. I'd stayed late at the office because I had extra work to do before the holidays.
I do not understand how he's like this. Right, we found out last episode that he is an insurance claim adjuster. Like, he is saying he was like a human being in my world and is now a sink.
Well, when I left, I was feeling a bit low, so I went out to a local bar.
I really like the voice
It's
actor
called
for
the
this.
Banana Club. They make a mean Shirley Temple. Heavy pour.
Yeah, Shirley Temples do not have alcohol, but we're gonna
I should have known better.
let that go.
But after I'd had about 7 of them, I went out for a stroll. I don't know where I was going. Just trekking the streets with my dog. Suddenly, I came upon a fine dining establishment called the Questionable Dandelion.
Okay.
They've got an incredible buffet. Lots of
He's
strange
an
ingredients from all
over-explainer.
around the world. They're always trying new things,
Okay, go.
like Diplodocus berries. And
Shouldn't have
Jimson
asked that.
weed cupcakes.
Obviously.
They also sell Excedrin by the pint, the headache medicine.
Well, that sounds dangerous.
Oh yes, very. But good for headaches.
Up until now, it had been a typical Friday night, I'm guessing. Okay, is that when it happened?
I was walking around, or sort of drifting, or rather, floating, or...
Okay.
I guess you could say I was making my way about town. Aimlessly, you see?
I want to say this, but I don't think he'll like that.
You're very perceptive.
Yep. I pride myself on it. So what
Well,
happened?
I came across an alley I had never noticed before. It was dark, and had a rather threatening look about it. So naturally, I went down it.
Right, because that's what normal people would do.
Would I know?
Also?
I wandered
Although-
down the alley and came to a door, lit by a red light. I opened it and found a long hall, at the end of which was a sort of booth. And in this booth was a fortune teller. Yes, her name was Vagabonda the Sinclairius. She spread out a
Dear
deck of
Sinclair.
strange cards and asked me to select one. They were business cards. I chose at random, and the card I picked turned out to be the Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades is a bespoke shovel manufacturer based in Crumple, Michigan.
I can't believe I didn't
The
know
owner's
that.
name is Ace.
Right. Obviously. Yeah, exactly.
He does
I
great
should've
work.
known.
Vagabonda snatched the card back from me and said, "Not that one!" Turns out she had her rewards program on the back. 12 stamps and you get a free spade.
Probably shouldn't have had that one in there. That's rude.
We agree! Besides, she only had 2 stamps. So I snatched it back from her again, and we had a bit of a row. I guess that wasn't a very good start to our fortune-telling session.
Yeah,
I
you
think
probably
that's why she
shouldn't have snatched it
cursed me. Because right afterward, she said, "Martin, that wasn't a very good start to our fortune-telling session. I'm going to curse you because of it." And then she cursed me.
It does seem pretty clear.
She waved what looked like a magic wand. Although, to be honest, it could have easily been a bagel of some sort.
They look
then
so
said,
similar.
"Martin, I doom you now to become a detestable object. I transform you thusly, so that you may go home and think about what you've done."
That's pretty funny. Go home and think about what you're doing. Yeah, no, we gotta know
That
this
is correct.
question.
And then I became a sink.
Right.
Now
It's
you find
tough.
me as I am, trapped in this porcelain prison. All I want to do is return to my old life. To stroll the streets of Turkleman City once more, without a care in the world. Oh, how I long for it. Please, Sudsy and I would be oh so grateful if you could get to the bottom of what's going on here and return us to our proper forms.
I'm gonna do my best.
Oh, joy! If you want to help to get to the bottom of all this, I might suggest you seek out someone who is in the business of solving unsolvable mysteries. Or just go see if Vagabond of the Sinclairius is willing to undo her curse for a free shovel.
He stands there silent and unmoving until you finally leave.
He's just like, I'm gonna stop talking to you until you go away. Okay, now. This is our home gym. I don't think anything in here is a permanent shadow. Nope, I don't think so. We're not allowed up there yet. So the hall closet has the electrical box. We have not talked to yet, but I'm assuming we will be able to. I don't think of a rejection. Things that start with R. Not gonna be the piano or the fireplace. Can't believe. Dining room table, record player. I don't see why that would be rejection though. It is an R. Refrigerator. Again, not sure on the rejection piece. Cat clock. Vacuum. Man, that's gonna really bug me, but we'll go talk to magnifying glass for now because that's kind of where it's taking us.
Hello again, suspect. I'm hard at work
Maggie.
on my current case. I've been hoping for a breakthrough. Sometimes I get so wrapped up that I start seeing everyone through the lens of a mystery. I
You're really a
am
detective.
Maggie M. Glassbury at your service. Perhaps you've heard of me? I've acquired a modest reputation as a result of some of my previous work.
Maggie puts her hands on her hips. Positive.
Why, it was I who solved the mystery of the missing sock.
Of course you did.
A brief interview with the Stackables and a chat with Dirk was all it took to sort that case out. The sock was in the depths of Harper's hamper.
Okay, Harper is the hamper.
I also cracked the caper of the self-generating dust rabbits. Static electricity. It causes particles to accumulate around pieces of hair. Your hair, to be exact.
True.
They form undisturbed, indead air pockets. That's why they hang out under the couch.
Okay.
It matched the evidence, and I ruled out every other possibility. By the
You're very
power of
thorough.
deductive reasoning, I determined that you were in fact the culprit. I pride myself on that.
What mystery are you trying to solve now?
Lately, I've been taxing my lens to the utmost on a very interesting case. I'm trying to get to the bottom of a mysterious love letter. It was
Ooh.
delivered to Dorian last night.
Tell me more. I want to ask about Martin, but I want to hear more about the love letter.
At approximately 2 a.m., an unknown suspect dropped off a letter for Dorian. Upon opening it, Dorian discovered that it carried clear romantic intent.
Ooh,
That
but
is
Dorian
to say,
doesn't like that.
It was asking him out. It described how his protective yet gentle presence had won over the writer's heart. If interested, he was to write back as soon as possible.
Right.
Here's the catch. The letter wasn't signed with a name, just a monogram. Though he might be hesitant to admit it, Dorian was quite taken by the letter.
Damn, I kind of thought they were gonna make him like a romantic with the way that he talked originally.
He isn't certain whether he wants to write back until he knows more.
Makes sense. I want to help.
You would?
Yeah. This is Carmen Sandiego.
I've never worked with anyone else before, but I think this could be good for the case. The case is pretty thin, but we've got a couple of clues. First of all, the paper the note was written on was somewhat interesting. Second,
Why?
although the letter wasn't signed, it did have a single initial on it. Finally, I think Dorian might have a clue for us.
Let's start with the paper. What makes it interesting?
I have it here, semi-transparent and very thin.
With an M.
It doesn't seem like ordinary paper at all.
It's like crossword, like newspaper.
She dips a corner of the paper into a small glass of water.
Look at that! It dissolved! What else should we try with the paper? Taste it?
She carefully dabs a corner of the paper against her tongue.
How interesting. It's edible and tastes slightly starchy.
Okay. Are these like...
What else should we try with the paper?
we'll try cutting it with scissors.
She gives the paper a careful test.
Cuts just like normal. What else should we try with the paper?
We're trying it all.
She focuses a magnifying glass on the paper for a few moments, stopping immediately when it begins to smoke and catch fire.
Yikes! It's definitely flammable.
That's
Does
fair.
seem to
Paper.
burn slightly slower than normal paper, though. What else should we try with the paper?
Okay.
What should we look at next? A stylized letter M.
M.
Seems likely. What should we look at next?
Hello there, you two.
There he is.
Good to see you, Dorian. I've enlisted our friend here to help solve the case of the mystery letter.
Splendid idea.
Can you repeat what you said to me earlier? About the smell you noticed?
Right. Well, when I first opened the letter, I caught the faintest whiff of what I think was truffle. Strange, no? Truffle happens to be one of my favourite flavours. The association between the forest-dwelling fungi and my own wooden provenance bring back fond memories. Anyhow, good luck. Let me know if you happen to figure out who it was from. I'm not one for love, but I am one for truffles. And friendship.
Okay, so maybe
What
he
should we
will
look at
stay
next?
a romantic.
I've narrowed it down to 4 suspects. Penelope,
Okay.
Mitchell Lynn, Mateo Monta, and Freddie Yeti. Who do you think it was?
I don't know Penelope, but I'm sure it was her. I don't know Mitchell, but it's gotta be him. I don't know Mateo, but I'm ready to pin blame immediately. Well, it's probably Mateo or Mitchell, but I don't know either of them, so it makes it very hard to choose.
This seems like an interesting idea, but I just don't see what the truffles have to do with blankets. Sorry, but I don't. Perhaps you can help me on another case later on, Del. Thanks again for
Damn
trying
it.
to help. It really was very sweet of you. I could see myself going with someone with poor detective skills like yourself. Perhaps
Okay,
we have
well.
complementary skills.
You didn't need to hurt my
I
feelings.
would be the daring detective. You the administrative sort. The pretty type, you know?
Okay, well, at least you think I'm pretty.
I'd fancy that.
I like her the best, just I think because I like detective mystery stuff, true crime. She's been my favorite so far. Alright, so we're looking for some kind of spigot, but it is not the sink. We know that that's Harper the Hamper. We haven't talked to them yet, but we do know that that's the case. Vacuum cleaner. Coffee machine. Can probably talk to like the air fryer and toaster and stuff. Would be my guess. Talk to Johnny in a couple of days. There's nowhere where like I would think of a spigot that's not a sink, right? Somebody tell me that I'm crazy and I'm just like straight missing something. That makes total sense. We know it's not the bed. Could be like treadmills, weights, a fan, trophies. Trophies could have something maybe to do with projection or rackets. Yeah, nothing's really popping out at me as like being the thing. Remote. Potentially be the record player again, like I said earlier. None of them are giving me warm, fuzzy feelings. Alright, let's try the refrigerator. Is the refrigerator dateable? I assume.
You'd hoped you'd meet your refrigerator, but it seems
There
he's
I
already
do.
busy with another guest.
Freddy, this is all rather dull.
How can you say that when you haven't heard the coolest part?
Regale me.
The point in which gelatin goes from a liquid to a solid. Can you guess the temperature?
Certainly.
Go on. Guess for me.
I do not guess. Perhaps this human would like to essay an attempt.
60.
Wow! How did you know?
Well, because it's the only one that
look
made
at the
sense.
time. I must be on my way to a more interesting conversation.
Nice. I
Now
like
alone, the massive Yeti turns his attention to you. You want to... Yep. That is indeed a Yeti. Massive, furry, and decked out in his finest winter wear.
Alright.
Huh. He ran like he didn't want to be here or something. But you, with the answers and the listening, that can only mean one thing.
And that thing is...
With you standing in the kitchen, I'm no longer the coolest thing in here.
Okay. Coming with the compliments. Corny alert. Would he like corny alert, though, because it's food related?
Canned, creamed, or fritters. But really, to what
He
does
doesn't
old
seem to.
Freddy here owe the pleasure of this visit?
Okay, so his name is Freddy. Freddy Yeti.
Oh, did you make another order to food fetch? What did you get this time? Did you order sushi? Oh, I love it when you get those little rolls that you have the tiny bubbles on top. No, wait. You know what we haven't had in a while? Burritos.
You know what I eat a lot of? Burritos.
But you might want to hold
Shout out
back on the
Chipotle.
beans because, well, you know why.
Yeah.
So what are you doing here now? Oh, don't tell me. Let me guess. Let me guess. Are you feeling fancy today? You look fancy, cool kid. I bet you were feeling fancy. I got
Bet
it.
you're feeling
You
fancy.
ordered my favorite. That duck from the one place that I can
Man,
never
I
pronounce.
love duck.
I love duck.
I think I like Freddy.
Burger? Chicken tenders? Empanadas?
We stand empanadas in my household.
Oh, I love when you use Food Fetch. The possibilities are endless. As endless as they can be within a 10-mile radius. Oh, sure. We sure do.
Sound like a you know, like the stereotypical parent. We got food at home.
You sound so adult, cool kid. We have
Okay.
food at home.
Did they use my brain to create his words? Everything I
But
say
I guess
first,
you
he
do
says it.
still have stuff left over from the last few Food Fetch orders. You hungry? What can we get you? We've got those
Alright.
leftovers from that Tie Me to the Moon place, the slice of cake from I Like Big Bunts, or the pizza from Pie on Life. Which will it be?
They're such cute names. Pad C. Cake does sound good. Give me that za. Yeah, let's get some pizza.
No such thing as a bad slice. I will say,
No, I
I
mean
was
Chinese.
judging you a little when I saw the pineapple on it, little kid. But
I love
I'll admit,
pineapple on
it
pizza.
smelled fantastic.
I will not take pineapple on pizza slander on this channel. Thank you very much.
Yes, me too. I was testing you.
You're a liar. He already loves me? Am I gonna get any action points for it?
I feel a beast of a love connection with you. Ah, just kidding, cool kid. It's not true love just yet,
Damn it.
but still, I like your style. Man, that pizza, the way that cheese was stretching, I get shivers just thinking about it. So good. Za is a way of life. I know
You're
you
not
eat it
wrong.
cold sometimes, but I can make a suggestion on how to make it better.
Sure, what you got? I do like
Slide
cold
that
pizza,
leftover slice on a pan inside the oven on low. Let that cheese get all gooey again. Then the pizza will be perfection. Next time you're feeling peckish, you know where to find me, cool kid. I'll be here waiting.
Alright, that was a good conversation. We have 2 more conversations allotted to us. Man, I still don't have any idea what the spigot or Reggie, some kind of rejection would be. Like, I don't feel like there's like that many things in the house. There's the record player, it starts with an R.
The beautiful flapper you see before you stands in stark contrast to the strange music that plays when you turn on your record player. Where she seems sweet with an old-world sort of beauty, the music she plays is all kinds of wrong. It skips and goes from too fast to too slow. She dances to it all the same, swinging her arms and legs
She's
in time
so
to the
cute.
herky-jerky rhythm of some ancient...
Well, don't just stand there like a wet blanket. You get a wiggle on. Let's see you dance.
Dance. I don't think music is supposed to sound like that. May I have this dance? Yes, that's gonna dance.
Quiet down and just dance already.
You give it your best shot, which seems to please her.
Now you're on the trolley.
And I got it.
Exactly what I said.
Not what you said.
You're getting it.
Mercifully, she turns the music off.
Well, well, well. It's about time you came to see me. My name's Rainy.
Rainy.
How you doing?
She's so cute. I want this outfit. That's so adorable with the buttons, big little knobs. And these look like records. Oh, it's so cute. I love her design. The big hat.
Mm-hmm. I've been waiting for you to come over and see me sometime. You've been all over this house, but you never come my way.
Even though you still worked, I was gonna come around soon. I'm not really into vinyls.
Of course, I still work.
Oh, she did not
I
like me
might be
saying
an
that.
antique, but there's still plenty of life in this old record player.
Okay, alright. My bad.
Well, anyway, it is so great to see a new face around here. even if your face ain't exactly new to me. Nobody
Right, 'cause
ever
you've been
seems to
saying
want to
that.
hang out anymore. I can't imagine why.
Well, I
I
don't
used
know
to
either.
be the belle of the ball. Everyone was so happy to see me at a party. Now it's always just me and my records.
It's probably because you're playing the wrong speed, they're bored of you. I can't imagine why.
The
Tell
wrong
her about it.
speed. You spifflicated or something?
I don't know what that
It's
word
just
means.
fine. Well, whatever. I'm gonna keep the party going here. Feel free to stick around. Otherwise, you can beat it. This beat's for expert hoofers only.
Rainy's frenetic,
It's
high-pitched
not like
record
me.
is too much for most anyone to keep up with. You decide to check in with her another time.
Yeah. We'll catch you another time, Rainy. Another time. Alright, we got one more. We got one more. What are we thinking? Couch, sofa, fireplace, remote, TV. Maybe we try the TV.
It takes you a
Holy
moment to realize that there is
crap.
not, in fact, a test of the emergency broadcast system standing in your living room, though the colourful figure standing across from you certainly
That
bears a striking
static
similarity
pattern
to that
on
TV
the
classic.
outfit. Beautiful.
Even before they speak, you can feel a frenetic energy in the air, like someone switching between channels at high speed.
Yo, yo, yo! Don't touch that dial, cinephile, because my favorite studio audience is now in attendance. The VIP attendee, the Uber viewer, and sometimes wooer. The supreme dream who makes this flat screen
The
scream.
wristbands. Ugh.
How can I cater to my greatest spectator?
I do like being catered to.
Then let's get ready to rumble!
Let's get ready to rumble.
Before we get
The
to what's
wrestling
on my
reference.
screen, let me properly set the scene. The name's Telly. Rhymes
Telly
with
is cute.
Nelly. Like, whoa, Nelly! Did you know Telly offers 5,000 channels like an endless deli?
Oh, and the
Holy
bell
smokes,
bottoms. Y'all, I love this design. That static pattern is so unbelievably cool.
So ask not what your country can do for you. Ask, can you dig
Love all the
it?
little sound bites, sound clips.
Damn straight.
It's one
He has
small
different
step
colored
for man,
eyes.
one giant
Which
leap
I love.
for mankind.
5,000 channels is the most offered by any provider. I know this because I'm an entertainment insider. 5,000 channels of cheers. 5,000 channels of cheers. Can Valdiviflix compete with that? Or even Viewloo? That Valdiviflix copycat? Telly shows are must-see. Their programming's just musty.
Well, I'm sold. How's the pricing? I'm not really interested.
Dynamite! Anyway, since you're here, my dear, why don't you just kick back and recline? Unwind from the grind and free your mind with 120,000 hours of programming combined. View that cue till you go blind. Loading programming, loading programming. Optimizing for comedy, haha. Analyzing for reality, boo-hoo.
Ooh.
Pratfalls and close calls from straight to your eyeballs. And, yeah, Mr. White. Yeah, science, bitch. I found 15,000 shows you wouldn't oppose. So what genre can I impose on you with my flawless flows?
Reality competition, home renovation, local community access, or maybe I should just go. Well, what reality competitions
So
do we
that's
got
who you're
going
giving
on?
your rose to, my boo? Looks like the tribe has spoken.
Very clever. I don't get the references, or that didn't rhyme. I'm just gonna say very clever.
I'll assault you with my pop culture.
That's close.
Okay, look, it's a slant rhyme. It
Yeah.
works.
All right.
All
Give it to you.
right, my delight. I'll give you a reality infusion in 4K resolution. Cougar versus Cougar. Thrust into the wilderness and stranded in a remote location miles from any plastic surgeons. 10 older, attractive women must rely on their wit, resourcefulness, and cunning to battle for survival and outsmart their adversaries.
Okay.
10 actual cougars.
That's funny.
With tensions running high and cougars lurking around every corner, alliances will be forged, rivalries will emerge, and the women must dig deep within themselves to prove once and for all which cougar has the sharpest claws. So, my daffodil, shall we commence with this TV and chill?
What rhymes with yes? What else is on? Would you rather like go for a stroll or something?
Let's relax with some snacks while we await the climax and dope!
Simpsons reference.
I had this pre-planned and my schedule was unassailable. But that show's not on demand, so the episode's not available.
That's okay.
But no prob, heartthrob. I've got 15,000 other shows I've yet to disclose. So what genre can I impose on you with my flawless flows?
All right, we'll go through that
Makes
later.
sense, makes sense. Just, one more thing. Look, I don't want to pry, but I gotta know. It's not because you prefer Valdiviflix, right? Because that'd be a huge blow to my ego.
No, I literally need to brush my teeth. They're really dirty. Oh, I absolutely prefer it over your quality programming. Never.
Oh, thanks, Hottie. That makes me feel naughty. Come back round here later, and I'll show you something body.
All right, he liked us. That's cool. All right, let's head off to bed. And I think that's probably gonna wrap it for tonight, y'all. I am way too tired. Oh, we have messages first. All right, well, we'll do that first. Oh, it's from Tinfoil.
Based on how plastered David was in his last most mail, he must have finally discovered the prototype is missing. He'll sober up soon, though. And when he does, he'll stop at nothing to ensure its retrieval. If he fails, he'll be at the mercy of some very powerful people. He'll never allow that.
How do you know this? Do you trust me to do this? I'm just an average nobody.
I guess it's imperative that we trust each other.
Agreed.
And I've been asking you to trust me without being fully transparent.
Yeah.
I know all this because I created the Dateviators.
Yeah, I kind of figured that out.
Sure. Whatever. Anyway, I can't talk now. I'm stealing coffee shop Wi-Fi, and the barista finally noticed I'm only ordering tap water. Remember,
Just order a
under no
coffee.
circumstance allow David to know you possess the prototype.
Okay. You got it. Do we have anything in workspace? No. All right. We are going to save. Settings. Not settings. Save and load. All right. Okay, well, that's been another 2 or 3 days of Date Everything that we played through. Johnny is upset with us, so we did not do great on that, which was kind of like my slam dunk, because like, that guy already loves us. Not anymore. But we did have a good conversation with Freddy the Fridge, so that might be our next go-to, because I really want to start working on our specs. And as we get closer to people, you receive +5 to one of your attributes after attaining a love, friend, or hate status with any dateable object for the first time. So we haven't gotten that as far as I'm aware of yet. So hopefully next episode we can do that and we can start kind of building out what our character is going to be like. I think that'll be really cool. All right, but until then, I am going to head off. No big outro today. Just say that, yeah, I hope you guys like it, and I'll probably play again in a couple of days. Definitely not going to be tomorrow, though. All right, I've been Mose. You've been great. Have a good night, everybody.